top 10 horror comedies that are actually funny and still kind of scary. These movies got exactly 0 minutes of standing ovation at Cannes. In fact, they've never even been there. Gosling, Downey Jr., Robbie, and Johansson don't star in a single one of them. But you know what they do have? Exploding college kids, plot twists, stupid kills, WTF moments, demons, exploding cults, vampire roommates, a live stream gone very, very wrong, and more dumb jokes than your brain can handle. They're not scary enough for horror snobs. They're too gross for rom-com fans, but for the rest of us, these movies are perfect. And the best part, they'll make you laugh until you scream, or maybe scream until you laugh. Here are 10 horror comedies that are actually funny and still kind of scary. Number 10, Shaun of the Dead. Before The Walking Dead, before World War Z, there was Shaun of the Dead, a British rom-com where the plan is literally go to Mum's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, wait for all this to blow over. Shaun, played by Simon Pegg, is a directionless electronics store employee with commitment issues, a dead-end job, and the world's most annoying best friend. Oh, and then the zombies show up. What makes this film perfect? It's not just the gore, though the zombie cuts are chef's kiss. It's the timing, the cuts, the dry British banter. It's hilarious and also kind of tragic. You laugh when Shaun and Ed beat a zombie to death in sync to Queen's Don't Stop Me Now. You feel things when they say goodbye to their parents. And yeah, you scream when they're stuck in the pub surrounded by the undead. Edgar Wright's direction is so sharp it could slice brains. And this movie proved something big. You don't have to lose the laughs to get the scares. Number 9, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Let's talk about a horror movie where the villains aren't actually villains. In Tucker and Dale versus Evil, two sweet, misunderstood hillbillies just want to fix up their cabin in the woods. But a bunch of college kids mistake them for serial killers and proceed to accidentally kill themselves one by one. We're talking running into wood chippers, falling on their own spears, impaling themselves mid-panic. Tucker, played by Alan Tudyk, and Dale, played by Tyler Labine, are just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. They're killing themselves all over my property. It's a brilliant subversion of the evil redneck trope. The deliverance stereotype gets flipped and it's glorious. The comedy comes from the contrast. Dale nervously trying to offer tea to a terrified girl while outside. Her friend is literally impaled on a stick. It's gory, it's slapstick, it's smart. And somehow it's kind of wholesome. This one's for everyone who's ever been judged by how they look or anyone who loves the idea of horror movies from the other side. Number 9, Ready or Not. Imagine marrying into a wealthy, mysterious family, only to discover that on your wedding night, they're going to hunt you for sport. Welcome to Ready or Not. Samara Weaving plays Grace, a new bride who gets initiated into her husband's ultra-rich dynasty by playing a traditional game of hide and seek. Except, it's not a game. It's a ritual sacrifice, and if she survives till dawn, well, the family might literally explode. The film is a gothic, blood-soaked roast of the 1%. It skewers the rich, the elite, the legacy-obsessed, and makes you cheer every time Grace gets a little more feral. It's also really, really funny. The butler sings while chasing her. The kids get way too into murder. One guy dies mid-monologue because he forgets to lock a door. The violence is brutal. The tone is wicked, and the ending, let's just say it goes off with a bang. It's Clue meets The Purge with wedding cake. Number 7, One Cut of the Dead. Okay, stay with us here, because this one is a masterpiece in disguise. One Cut of the Dead starts like a bad student zombie movie. cheap lighting, bad acting, and awkward pacing. Then it gets weird. Then it gets genius. Then you realize you've been punked in the most beautiful way. The first 30 minutes, a single take of a zombie film being shot. It's clunky, the characters stare at the camera, and people fall off script, and then you start thinking, why is this on the list? Then it hits you. The real story is what happened behind the camera. The film rewinds and we see the same movie again, but from the perspective of the stressed out film crew trying to pull it off live. Broken props, forgotten lines, fake blood swapped for real vomit. It's hilarious, it's heartwarming, and somehow still scary. A love letter to low-budget filmmaking that becomes a zombie flick, a comedy of errors, and a story about family, all at once. Watch it till the end, trust us. This one's for film nerds, horror fans, and anyone who's ever had to improvise a disaster into brilliance.
Support the channel by liking and subscribing. It helps more than you think.
Number 6, What We Do in the Shadows. This might be the funniest horror comedy ever made. What We Do in the Shadows is a mockumentary that follows 4 ancient vampire roommates in New Zealand trying to, well, get along. They argue over chores, they fight about who left blood on the dishes, they invite humans over for dinner, and then forget to clean up. Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement play it so dry, you almost forget they're talking about sucking blood and eternal darkness. You have not done the bloody dishes in 5 years, Jekung. There's also a vampire trying to get into nightclubs, another who dresses like a 1700s dandy, a Nosferatu-style guy who just lives in the basement. And let's not forget the werewolves.
Werewolves, not werewolves.
It's so dumb, so smart, and somehow still creepy. There are moments of real horror snuck in between the deadpan jokes and floating corpses. Also, if you haven't checked out the TV show spin-off, you are missing out on one of the best vampire sitcoms ever made. Sorry, True Blood. Number 5, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. You know how Boy Scouts are supposed to be prepared? Well, turns out that zombie apocalypse survival is exactly what those badges are good for. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse is a high school bro horror comedy that's equal parts dumb, glory, and kind of endearing. 3 teenage scouts sneak out to party and find the town overrun by zombies. And then they do what any teen would do: grab duct tape, homemade flamethrowers, and trampoline skills to save the day. Is it smart? No. Is it fun? Absolutely. And yes, there's a zombie cat. That alone is worth the rental. Perfect for fans of Zombieland who want something even dumber but still totally enjoyable.
We also covered 6 horror movies that are so dumb, they're absolutely perfect. Go laugh and scream with us.
I don't know.
All right, time to settle this. Which of these horror comedies is your all-time favorite? Are you Team Shaun, Tucker and Dale, or do you secretly love the vampire roommates? Drop it in the comments, we will pin our favorite. Number 4, Drag Me to Hell. Let's end with one that is both completely insane and kind of terrifying. Drag Me to Hell is Sam Raimi in full evil wizard mode, making the audience scream 1 second and laugh at themselves the next. Christine, a sweet loan officer, denies an old woman an extension on her mortgage. In return, she gets cursed. With what? A demon named Lamia that torments her with swarms of flies, vomiting corpses, talking goats, and the most disgusting nosebleed ever put on screen. It's pure Raimi, campy, slapstick, gooey, and just mean.
Nice.
And somehow you still care, because behind all the slime and chaos is a girl who just wants her life back and is willing to fight demons, psychics, and her own guilt to do it. Bonus points for the most literal title ever. And yes, it delivers on it. Number 3, The Babysitter. Cole just wanted to stay up past bedtime. Instead, he finds out his hot, cool babysitter is actually part of a satanic teen death cult. Netflix's The Babysitter is a neon-soaked, scream-filled Home Alone meets Mean Girls meets Evil Dead mashup. The horror? Over the top. The humor? Sharp, fast, and kinda twisted. Blood geysers, booby traps, absurd slow-mo showdowns, and a killer cheerleader who won't die. And Cole? He evolves from scared little nerd to booby trap building badass, and it's ridiculously satisfying. Director McG, yes, from Charlie's Angels, lets the gore fly and the jokes land. It's slick, chaotic, and wildly fun. Also, the sequel, surprisingly not terrible. Number 2, Deadstream. This one's for all the YouTube junkies. In Deadstream, a disgraced live streamer tries to win back fans by spending the night in a haunted house and live streaming everything. He's obnoxious, loud, clueless, and when ghosts start attacking, his first instinct? Smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. What makes this work? It's smart satire of influencer culture and a genuinely creepy ghost movie. Jump scares, practical effects, chat commentary during exorcisms. Demonic puppets. It's basically Blair Witch meets Logan Paul apology video, and it rolls. Low budget? Yes, but it uses every dollar well. And proves horror doesn't need polish, just timing, chaos, and one guy losing it on camera. Number 1, The Cabin in the Woods. It starts like every horror movie ever. A group of dumb but lovable college students head to a remote cabin. They drink, they split up, they ignore warnings, they unleash something, but here's the twist. They're being watched by office guys in button-downs taking bets on who dies first. The Cabin in the Woods is part horror, part satire, part existential crisis. It mocks every trope in the book while fully committing to them. Zombies? Check. Ghosts? Check. Merman? Yep. Giant gods from beneath the earth? Of course. An elevator opens and every movie monster ever comes pouring out like it's horror's Black Friday sale. It's clever without being smug, and scary without being exhausting. And the ending, let's just say it really blows up the genre. A love letter and a breakup letter to horror all at once. So next time you want a movie that makes you laugh and cover your eyes, don't choose. Why don't you just pick both? These horror comedies didn't just survive the genre, they turned it inside out, laughed in its face, and tossed a bucket of fake blood on your popcorn. Because if you're gonna scream, you might as well have fun doing it. Scared? Good. Laughing? Better. You are officially horror comedy certified now.